Hello, I hope you are all doing well. It has been a crazy couple of weeks, and I feel like the rest of the year is going to be just as crazy and just as interesting. So, today I'm going to give you a little introduction to our online learning, just some guidelines and what I'm thinking right now, what the course will look like, what your job will be, expectations, and that type of thing. So hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully this video here will help you figure some things out. So here are your directions. This is what you should currently be doing. So as I am talking, this is what should be happening, okay? You're going to fill out your notes. This is your notes right here, this document I'm looking at, as you watch the introduction video on Schoology. So if you're listening to my voice right now, you are currently watching the introduction video. You will have some fill in the blanks with your own thoughts. So I am looking for some of your own thoughts on some of this. And then when you are done, all you need to do is submit your notes in Schoology. So at this point in time, and there was a little video in your Schoology, if we go to Schoology really quick here, there was a video in your folder. So here's our folder right here. This is the week of April 1st to April 3rd. And I tried to label it very clearly so you know exactly what you need to be looking at. And then everything in that folder, that's what you need to do this week. So between Wednesday and Friday, this is what you need to get done. Hopefully you already watched that, how to use split screen. Go to the introduction notes, and that takes you to that document, that Word document we were just looking at. It's in here. So you'll open up here, you'll click on the Word document. It'll open in your Word app. If you want to use the split screen, here, let me do that again. If you want to use your split screen, here's what you need to do. Pull the menu up from the bottom. See how my word is on there, and then I'm just going to put my finger on it and drag it up, and then I can split my screen. So half of it's in Schoology and half of it is on this note document that I need to be filling out. Then when I have that open, I'm going to go back to my folder so I can watch my introduction video on one side, and so I can take my notes on the other. I don't know if you'll need to sign in or not, but if you do need to sign in, just use your email on there. And that's what you should be doing right now. So that's what your screen should look like, just so it's a little bit bigger. I am not going to have my Schoology open, but that's going to be the easiest way for you to take notes as we're looking at the rest of the year here. So here are a couple things we're going to talk about. Number one, I just want to know what you think of everything that's happening right now. So personally, I think this is just plain weird. I've been going to school for about 20 years, and this is fascinating to me. But again, I'd like to know what you think of everything. Then the number one rule for online learning. So the thing I need from you in order to make this work for both of us is I need you to ask questions. That is the most important thing. There are absolutely no dumb questions. Anything you're confused about, anything you're unsure about, just life ponderings, let me know. Okay, I'm here to answer whatever you have or to do my best to answer it. So please, please, please make sure you ask questions when you have them. That's the only way this is going to work. Number three, the course is set up sequentially for you. So each week there's going to be a folder. That's the folder we were just looking at in Schoology. And your job is really simple. It's just to complete each of the tasks before the end of the week. So it'll always be lined up like that. And again, your job is to open the folder, and then throughout the week, or if you want to do it all at once, however it fits in with your schedule, you just go through and you complete the different tasks in that folder. The due date for all of your assignments is going to be Friday at 11:59 p.m. So each week you'll get a new folder, and everything in that folder is due by Friday at 11:59 p.m. That's the last day and the last time. That's the cutoff. Okay, so make sure you get all of your work done by that deadline. Your tasks are going to look a little bit different from what we would do in the regular classroom. Some things you might be required to do might be taking a quiz on Schoology, completing practice problems, and then submitting them on Schoology. I might have you make a video of yourself. You might need to do corrections or participate in discussions or different things like that. So just know those are some of the tasks that we'll be doing further throughout our online learning. I'm going to do my best to make everything as easy for you to follow as possible with the folders and whatnot. Your job, again, like I said, it's pretty simple. Your job is to ask questions when you have them, and your job is to complete your work. So 2 things. If you don't do those 2 things, then you are going to be good to go. Number 5, I'd just like to know what questions you have so far. Questions about anything really, about Schoology, about class in general, about school in general, whatever it might be. And right now you should have filled in this with your own word, and you should fill in number 5 with your own questions. My question for you is, how have you been doing? What have you been doing to occupy your time? Personally, I've been making a pretty good dent in my stack of books to read. So, in my opinion, that's one good thing that's come out of everything that's happening right here. We'll keep moving. You can pause if you need more time to write your questions. Number 6, Monday through Friday, I will have office hours from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And during that time, you can Schoology message me, email me, or we can talk on Teams on your iPads. And during that time, I'll respond right away. Teams is kind of like FaceTime, so you should go to Manager and install Teams if you don't already have it. So here's Manager, and I would go in and I would look for Teams so I could install it. And then once you have it, again, it's similar to FaceTime, and it's just a way for us to talk or chat in real time. Okay, so I could share my screen and we could talk, or you could share your screen and we could look at a problem, or whatever it might be. The best way to contact me is through Schoology message. Schoology messages. If it's not between 9:30 or 11:30, I will respond. So if you Schoology message me, email me if you want to talk on Teams, I can do that outside of that 9:30 to 11:30 window. It's just if you want an immediate answer, I will 100% of the time be in front of my computer between 9:30 and 11:30. So those are the times I will be there. You can get an immediate response. Any other time, if you Schoology message me, it just might take a little extra time for me to respond. Either way, I'll always respond within the next day. By the end of the next day, I will have responded to whatever your questions or concerns are. Many of the videos, so there will be several videos for you to watch throughout the rest of the year, and most of them will have notes. So kind of like this one that you're currently taking, your job is going to be to use the split screen, which we just talked about, to watch the videos as you take the notes on your iPad. And again, you should currently be doing this. If you have any questions about this, you need to let me know right away, because that is something you're going to be doing a lot between now and the end of the year. At least once a week, you'll have to do that. So make sure it makes sense. Couple last things to work on and hand in assignments. You want to open this assignment through Schoology and do not save. So this Word document that you're writing on right now, you should not have saved it. You opened it, and then when you complete it, you'll go back into Schoology and there will be a submit button. You might have to mess around in the assignment to find it, right? It might be in a different tab, but somewhere in that assignment there will be a bright blue submit button. So when you're done taking your notes, you will click the submit button, and then I will be able to see your assignment. So 2 most important things, so for example, this document, it's our first test to make sure this works, to make sure you understand what's happening. You should have opened it. You're not going to save it. And then when you're done, you're going to go back in and you need to submit it. So 2 most important things, don't save it and submit it. It's already hooked up to Schoology, so it's already hooked up to the internet. And so as you're working on it, it's actually saving everything that you're writing right now. And if you were to save it, then it would be on your iPad instead of in the cloud. Okay, so that's why you shouldn't save it. Number 10, remember online learning, it'll be different, it'll be weird. Personally, I think it's going to be pretty interesting and exciting. I'd like to know what you think it's going to be. So I'd like you to go ahead and fill in this blank with your own word, and then if we have patience and we ask questions and we work together, I know that we are going to be successful. And again, I'd like you to fill in that blank with your own word. What do you think? What do you think about online learning, and what do you think it's going to take to make it successful? Those are the things I'd like to hear from you. And last thing, just what questions, comments, concerns do you have? My question for you is, do the expectations make sense? So hopefully everything in this Word document, everything we've talked about right here makes sense. If anything doesn't, just write your questions either in number 11 or number 5, and I will get back to you with those as soon as I can. So hopefully you're doing well. I hope you are either finding a little bit of time to relax or a little bit of time to do something fun. And we will talk to you a little bit later. Have a great